Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunrise Special Sundays, where I talk to you at sunrise about something special in the world of model railroading. All right, so since my last video, it has been a week. So much has happened. I have learned so much. I have made so many mistakes, and I want to talk to everybody about it, especially in the world of model railroading and those who are new to the hobby like myself. So I made a huge mistake and I bought the wrong transformer. I bought a Lionel ZW multi-watt transformer and it just wasn't cutting it. I tried it on my layout. I tried doing a bunch of different things and it just did not work. So I bit the bullet and I bought an MTHZ 4000 transformer. And when I tell you that it has completely changed the game, I'm not even kidding. It is absolutely exceptional. I cannot believe that I didn't buy one sooner. I'm upset that that wasn't my first purchase, but that's okay. That's part of this video. I'm gonna talk to you about the mistakes that I've made and what I've learned from so far, and we're gonna go from there. And in hopes that some of y'all will be able to learn from the mistakes that I made and you don't make them in the future. All right, so I want to talk about my Empire State Express because that has been a huge, thorn in my side recently. So I'm 99% sure the circuit board is fried. I bought the new MTH battery and I put it in and I left it to charge and nothing happened. So now when I put the engine on the track, the lights again come on and the smoke comes on, but there's no sound whatsoever coming from the tender. So it's dead. I was talking to a bunch of you online. Thank you so much for all of your help again. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm just going to convert the thing to Blue Nami. Sid's Train's been super, super helpful about his videos on how to do it. And some of my friends that I've been talking to on Instagram as well, y'all have been so helpful about how to do it and what to do. So I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to swap it so that way it can actually run. So I have everything that I need. That's going to be in my video for next time. That way I have some actual time to do it and go through the process so that way I don't mess it up. So that's the first major qualm. I still haven't figured out what's going on with my T1 duplex, but I also haven't looked into it. I've done a lot of research about what could possibly be wrong with it, but I just have to take the shell off. I have to take the shell off of the engine. I have to figure out what's going on because there's no lights, there's no smoke. The sound is great, but it doesn't move. There's no movement whatsoever. So it's all just, it sounds phenomenal, but nothing. There's nothing. There's no lights, no movement, no nothing. So let's talk about some more happier things. So this week has been amazing because thanks to Secondhand Overland, shout out to your incredible help and your video about bus wiring, I have completely and successfully wired my layout so that way it's getting power to all of the four corners of my track. I took one straight section of Fast Track and I wired it per his video, and I bought the exact same clips that he had recommended, and it's been phenomenal. It's been absolutely great. The entire layout has constant voltage, and it's made a huge difference with some of these engines that I've been running, and it's been awesome because I've actually been able to run the engine. So shout out again to Secondhand Overland for all of your help and for your amazing video about how to bus wire, because it has saved my layout. Now let's talk about trains, because this whole thing is about trains. So I've been able to run every single one of my engines except for the Empire State Express and the T1 duplex. Some new engines that have come into my layout, as you guys have seen, were the Stroudsburg Pennsylvania Railroad Special number 1223, my Southern Pacific Daylight number 4449, my incredible Pennsylvania Railroad number 6100 S1 duplex. Stunning. And then my first Vision line ever, and worth it, the Commodore Vanderbilt. So let's talk about this beauty, my Southern Pacific Daylight. The only downside is that I cannot figure out why the smoke and the light aren't working. Sound works great. It runs beautifully. It hauls my 5 passenger cars with ease, and I cannot figure out what's going on and why the smoke and the lights aren't working. They worked once yesterday, and I had the engine and the tender on the track. I plugged everything in. All of a sudden it was pluming of smoke. It was absolutely incredible. Lights were flashing, sound was working. It was great. And then one of my followers, we were chatting, and he said that he thinks that because the passenger cars have incandescent lights, it messed up something inside the engine. So I'm going to take the boiler shell off. I'm going to do some research on it and see what I can find to try and fix it. But that is my first project with my Southern Pacific Daylight. Other than that, I'm obsessed. So now we're going to talk about the smallest train that I own. LOL, the Lionel Odyssey Pennsylvania Railroad S1 duplex. This thing is unbelievable. It is, first of all, it's stunning. I'm obsessed with everything about it. It's absolutely beautiful. It weighs 1,000 pounds. It's so heavy. I've never had an engine this heavy before. But man, does it haul. It is so strong. It pulls all of its passenger cars without a problem. Also, another shout out to Sid's Trains, because right now my 072 track has not showed up. But I have 060, and that S1 holds those 060 curves no problem. It's quite impressive. It's got enough room to go around. It's not going crazy, but I love the S1. The lights work, the sounds work. It's great. The only downside I am finding with it is that the smoke unit doesn't work too great. So I'm going to take the boiler shell off. I'm going to look into what's going on underneath and see if it just needs a new wick. And again, aside from my Strasbourg 440 and my Commodore Vanderbilt, all of these trains that I own are used. Aside from those two, none of them are new. All of my passenger cars are used. All of my engines, aside from those two, are used. This is completely a second-hand type railroad for now. I have a couple of Lionel engines on pre-order that'll be, other new members of my collection, but for the most part, they're used. So I am completely okay with trying to find out how to fix these things and do what I need to do to make these engines run as best as possible. Now, I don't want to be biased because most of my collection right now is MTH, but this Lionel Vision Line Commodore Vanderbilt, I cannot get over how much I absolutely love it. It runs like a dream. It's so strong. It pulls its cars no problem. I have 6 K-Line heavyweight passenger cars that this thing hauls with ease. It's amazing. The whistle steam on this engine is probably the coolest thing that I've ever seen. I've never had an engine with whistle steam before. It's absolutely fantastic. The smoke generator on this beast is just, it's everything. It's so fantastic. So I'm in love with this Commodore Vanderbilt. I really, really am. And also I have my MTH Dreyfuss Hudson 20th Century Limited, and that thing is beautiful as well. It smokes like a dream. It hauls. It's got the beautiful running lights over the drivers. It's just fantastic. I'm so happy that most of the trains outside of the Empire State Express and the T1 and kind of the Daylight have been so successfully run outside of being new engines. It's just so fantastic and it's making me so happy. All right, so that's pretty much it for this week. I'm going to post some clips of me running these trains and doing different things. I've been able to get some night sessions in, some early morning sessions in, some afternoon sessions in, of just running these beautiful trains around my my layout, and I'm just super happy about it. Everything is working really, really well, like I said, aside from the couple of things here and there. But if you have any questions, please ask me. I've definitely not been shy about asking y'all about my issues that I'm having with my layout, and you all have been so wonderful trying to help me figure out what my problems are, and I cannot thank you enough for that. So not only thank you for the reposts, the follows, the story tags, all of those things, the comments, thank you all so much for being so supportive of my page. This has been such a wonderful community that I'm really dipping my toe into, and y'all are absolutely fantastic. So I'm super excited for what's to come, and again, thank you all so much for being so helpful and helping me start to navigate on this journey that I have with these giant O-gauge trains, that I'm absolutely in love with it. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful Sunday. I'm on vacation next week, so we'll see how many videos I'll be able to get done. I'm gonna try to get a couple of videos done while I'm at home, because I have a pretty big model train collection there as well. But we'll see what happens. So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday, and thank you for watching Sunrise Special Sundays. Have a great week. Bye.
Blue smoke climbing up the mountain, blue smoke winding round the